And what about me again?
Okay, do you have something else that you want to say?
Yes.
How you doing, guys? My name is Scott Couples, and I'm just going to answer a couple questions about my vascular birthmark. My friend Jody Lee told me that there was a video that she wanted me to do, and asked if I could answer a couple questions, and I had no problem doing that.
So, Jackson, how does your birthmark make you feel special?
Hi, my name is Isabella Parisi, and I'm 9 years old. I'm in 4th grade, and this is my birthmark.
What's your birthmark called?
It's called the Port Wine
I've learned that they are enlarged blood vessels that raise to the top of the skin, and that they can be treated with lasers to make them smaller again.
What about
Meghana, what have you learned about vascular birthmarks?
when I was little, because I put the birthmarks when I was a baby.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So, Jackson's on his 6th treatment now. So, it's been quite a journey for us, through learning the process of the treatment and information about the disease in general with vascular birthmarks and deformities. I met Jackson when he was 2 and had no previous knowledge of anything about vascular deformities. So we've both learned a lot. I feel like I have especially. Some of the things we've learned are...
So when Jackson was born, we really didn't know what a port wine stain was. And we unfortunately had a lot of misinformation. We were told when he was a baby to wait until he was about school age to start treatments because the laser treatments could affect his skin being so young, which is completely wrong. It should be done usually by the age of 1. So Jackson is almost 5 and we're just now getting started on this journey. So he's very aware of what's going on. So the treatments are a little harder for him than it would be a baby. We also learned that these treatments are not cosmetic. They prevent a lot of future issues, like Jackson's port wine stain comes up to his eye. So these treatments are needed because if we don't treat them, he can develop glaucoma because it puts pressure on his eye. So he is monitored for that as well. And if we don't continue the treatment, the older he gets and the more it grows, it will come back. So to kind of get ahead of it in the beginning is much better for the child.
We learned about whether it forms in early stages or later stages in utero, and how that could affect how much, if it was earlier in stages, it causes the Sturge-Weber's and seizures.
Yeah.
And luckily for us and Jackson, it was developed later for him. So now it's more just a physical thing. But like we said, if not treated, it could still cause him a lot of issues in the future.
Mm-hmm. And it gets dark, and they get purple, and they can get bumpy. So it's not just to lighten it up to get it so where you can barely see it. It's also like a skin issue, and especially a male shaving, if he gets older and he shaves those bumpy areas, then it can really scar and cause issues later on.
I've learned that you get one because the blood vessels don't form correctly, and I personally get laser surgery to keep mine healthy.
Rather than getting into anything technical, I would say that the thing that I learned the most was that there's this whole entire social media community. All these parents, all these people who live with vascular anomalies, they all get together on these sites, whether it be the Vascular Birthmark Foundation or Birthmark Buddies or, Port Wine Stain and Proud, and they basically share their experiences, share their, their knowledge and what they've been through, and it really helps the whole community, whether it be parents or people that, live with the birthmark on a day-to-day basis.
I want them to say you're so beautiful.
I love that answer. John, if somebody notices Meghana's birthmark, What would you like them to say to you?
I would like them to say, hey, what's on Megan's cheek? And I can explain it to them.
And what about me again?
Okay, do you have something else that you want to say?
Yes.
What?
When I was a little kid, I put the rub when I was a baby.
Oh, okay.
So when we're out on our day-to-day stuff, and we have Jackson with us, especially like after a treatment, and it's red and purple, and it could be for weeks afterwards, you'll get a lot of attention. And obviously people are going to be curious, and they'll have questions. And we don't have problems with people coming up and asking us questions directly. The thing we'd like to avoid the most is when people, like, you can see them whispering to each other or
Make faces.
make
They
faces.
kind of he sees that and it makes him uncomfortable. What I prefer is if somebody has a question to come up to us and ask. Don't come up to him because he's a very shy child. He's only 4. And he gets very shy. If you ask him, he gets uncomfortable. So if you have questions, come to us and we'd be happy to answer them. Especially with kids, because kids are a little more honest and they kind of point and go, "What's that?" And we usually direct the attention towards the parent, just, tell them it's his birthmark and he was born with it. And especially when it's darker and they ask why it's so dark, we, be happy to explain what the treatment is. And
I would like people to interact, not stare, because staring makes me feel uncomfortable and awkward. Because, you can just come up to me and ask me a question.
We're all different, right? There's people that are fat, there's people that are skinny, there's people that are tall, there's people that are short. A vascular birthmark is definitely something that's noticeable. And me personally, I don't have a problem with somebody asking me about it. I get it all the time, probably on a daily basis, because I have an 8-year-old and he has friends and they're like, "Oh, what's that on your dad's face?" And, I explain it to him. And I would say that, it's probably best if, for me, that if someone just comes out and just asks what it is rather than assuming something, because I've had people that know me over a year and they thought that it was something from the war because, I'm in the military. So I definitely think that asking the question is definitely the best way to go.
My kids and Susie and Reva, when Reva was a little baby, I put the grow up.
I think she's a smart and beautiful and funny and kind big girl.
No, I'm a princess. I feel like that.
Some of the things we'd like people to know about Jackson are, Mom,
that Jackson is super funny and he has a great sense of humor.
Jackson, what do you want people to know about you?
I'm a
Soccer superstar. It's true. 3 goals today?
Yeah.
And something I'd like people to know, when they see him, a lot of questions, they think maybe it hurts it hurts them, but there's no real pain there. Huh. It doesn't hurt. Nope.
I would like people to know that, first of all, it's not contagious. I love my birthmark, and other people shouldn't stare at you or ask you rude questions. You can ask us questions, but just not rude questions.
Like what kind of questions are rude?
Questions, I personally get upset when people say "Oh, did you get burnt on the stove? Did your face get burnt on the stove?" Because I don't want it to look like I got burnt on the stove, but when I get laser, it looks good. But when I get laser, please don't say rude comments, because I've got a comment that says it looks like purple pepperoni, and that makes me feel weird and sad.
And how do you deal with that?
I just shake it off. I get through the day.
I would say that the thing that I would want people to know the most, and this probably goes to parents with people with children with vascular birthmarks, is that it is a progressive condition. My birthmark was very light. You could barely see it on a lot of my childhood pictures, and it got progressively darker with sun exposure and a number of different other things. I feel like that the laser treatment is a very great thing, and that if you do it and you do it well and you get the right doctors, like Dr. Geronimus or Dr. Nelson or a number of different doctors that work with VBF, that, you know, that's the way to go. And I'm not, everybody's got their own experiences, everybody's got their own story, but my personal opinion is that my birthmark was treated as an adult, and if it was treated as a younger child, then maybe I wouldn't have had such a noticeable, dark and thick and, you know, nodular birthmark. So definitely get your knowledge on your on the laser treatments, whether you want to do it or not. At least be informed.
My birthmark tangled, and I put oil on my cheek, and my friend said, "Oh, it's so tangled," and Parker said, "I pulled to do something without oil." When my birthmark grows, I get some water on my face, and I get something special from my grandma.
Oh, cool. So when you get your dots, you get something special from your grandma?
Yes.
Cool.
So, Jackson, how does your birthmark make you feel special?
It makes me feel special because God gave it to me, and and I know I'm not the only person that has it, but in my family, I'm the only person that has it, and it makes me feel special because at school, everybody wears purple for me because I'm just coming back. I have to miss like 2 days of school or a day. And then I go to the aftercare at this place, and they do red hearts on their cheeks for me.
I'll say this. I'm a very competitive person, and I have an outlook on life that I have a chip on my shoulder because I've had a lot of adversity that I've had to face, whether it be my birthmark or how I grew up or whatever may have you. But I guess the gist of it is that my birthmark makes me feel like I'm different, and it really does, and it makes me feel like that. I don't want to say overcompensate, but I feel like I got a point to prove that I'm going to be able to live a normal life and do things that everybody else does, even though I got a birthmark. And I feel like up until this point in life, I've been able to do those things, whether it be from getting my education and getting my bachelor's in accounting, or getting my MBA, or starting my own business with real estate, or raising my 9-year-old child, whether it be the military, working as a first sergeant, or even serving as the global ambassador for VBF. My birthmark has not held me back, and it's not changed my lifestyle. I've been able to do things that everybody else has been able to do. I've been able to maybe even more, and I would say that that's what makes me feel special and makes my birthmark special about me, is it's giving me that chip on my shoulder that I don't know if I would have had the same success if I didn't have my birthmark.
Please don't stare at us because it makes us feel like uncomfortable and like we don't belong and awkward. And if you have a question, you can just come up to us and ask. We won't be offended. Just don't ask us like rude questions like, did you get burnt? Or don't make rude comments like, it looks like purple pepperoni, because that will offend a lot of people if you say that.
I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my experiences, hearing my responses. So that's that. Have a great day, and happy month of awareness.
Okay, thanks, guys.
VBF5.